I like to play in the dirt. How about you? Hello, hello, hello everybody. How do you do? Hello, I'm back. It's time for an update on our seedlings. This is day 9 from when we started the seeds, and I did water again on day 7. Today we have some special things to do, and I have some special things to show you on our seedlings. So let's get started. Okay, well, I brought a tray outside just to have hopefully some sunshine. It was shining, but I thought you'd be able to see it just a little bit better if I brought it out here. Plus, it won't hurt these seedlings to have just a little bit of a gentle breeze for a couple of minutes. All right, well, starting the cold crops, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, these crops are both easy and difficult. Easy because the seeds start quickly. Difficult because they can get very leggy. Why is it that they seem to get leggier than others? Well, for me, the number one reason is it's not really cool enough inside the house. Broccoli, for example, most of the cold crops actually like about 50 degrees, 55 degrees to germinate. Obviously, I do not keep my house that cold. So that's one reason they can get leggy. Another reason can be light. If your light is too far away from your plants, that's why I told you before, 1 inch, that's about where you want it. The other thing about the lighting situation I have in the laundry room, which by the way is a hot place, is that I only have one set of lights, as you saw. So today I will be moving these cold crops out of the laundry room and into the office where I did have the peas. We'll be showing you about hardening off the peas in just a little bit. But let's focus back again on these seedlings. I also wanted to mention that this turkey baster is what I use when I water the plants, putting the 1/4 inch of water in the tray. And if after 30-45 minutes it's not soaked up, it's really easy to use the turkey baster to remove the water. Now, all of these seedlings right now, with the exception of a few, but most just have the cotyledon leaves. I want you to take a look at this though. Apparently, when I planted these, I must have gotten 2 seeds in this hole instead of just 1. So in this instance, I do want to remove one of these 2. Some people might think, oh, pick the taller one. Well, actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave the shorter one. I like the way it looks. It looks healthier to me. It looks sturdier. So I'm taking a sharp pair of scissors and cutting it out. That's all you do. You do not want to pull it because you could harm the roots of the remaining seedling. Here's some good examples so you can see the new true set of leaves growing on this Chinese cabbage. These are the cotyledon leaves, but these are the true sets. Next tray, I've got a couple of Brussels sprouts here in the front, and these are all broccolis here and here and here, and these 3 are some cauliflowers. Now I want you to notice this cup right here, for example. You can see how the plants are leaning this way. Really, all of them in the front here are leaning that way, and that is because, oh, we have sun, yay. And that is because it was leaning toward the light. Another thing you want to do, other than just maybe rotating the tray, is every day rotate the cup. That makes it draw toward the light. And it also helps to make the stems much, much stronger. These here in the middle are fairly straight because they were directly under the light, which is the other reason why I am moving these trays to the office, because they will have more light with a double strand of lights, and also that room is a little bit cooler temperature wise. Now I want you to look at this one. Again, I must have planted 2 seeds per hole. They are small seeds, so I need to eliminate. And you can probably guess that this little curvy one here is going to be the one that needs to leave out. It's the least strong of the 2. Of these 2 left here, I'm actually taking the taller one out. It doesn't look as sturdy. Plus, on the shorter one, I'm already seeing a true set of leaves coming up. That is a Brussels sprout. These here in the middle, I don't know what I did. I must have gotten plant happy. Here I've got 3 coming out with a really crazy curvy one and a little tiny small one. So I'm going to remove both of those. 4 is a little bit much for this little pot. So I'm also going to take that one out. And I will leave these 3 to see how they develop. Got a little crazy here again. This one's a little harder to decide. But I'm going to remove these 2 because this one looks pretty sturdy. Plus it's got true leaves already starting to develop. This one, the cotyledon leaf, is actually looks like it's dying or burned. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out, leaving just 3 in that cup. Again, I have another example here where I've got 2. Look how this one's kind of crooked. So it's leaving. Look at the roots already starting out the bottom of the cup. This tray has cauliflower and cabbage on it. And one thing I wanted to mention, even though these do look leggy, and they are a little bit leggy, but that just tends to happen when you're trying to grow cold crops and it's a little too warm even inside the house. What you can do when you transplant, which you'll see me do, when you transplant these, you can bury them somewhat up the stem, actually even up to the first true set of leaves. It will not harm it because these crops, these seeds, are generally like tomatoes. They will root off of their stem. So you're not going to kill it by burying it somewhat. The other thing I do sometimes here in the net cup is just pull some of that potting soil up. Same principle, but rather than transplanting it right now to a bigger pot, I'm just going to support it a little bit by pushing that up. You can do that with cold crops. We have another one here to eliminate. Which one would you take out? Let's look at something. Pushing that one, it kind of wants to bend. This one seems stronger to me, even though it's taller. So out comes that one. And again, I can push the soil up gently. Sunshine. On each one of these. Now, when these have a couple of set of true leaves, I will add something new to the mix, and that's called a fan. Doing the same thing here. That one seems very floppy, so we're going to take that one out. Push a little soil up around that cute little cabbage. Give it some extra support. Next up, let's talk about the peas and hardening them off. Well, this is actually day 9 for these peas, and I just wanted you to see how much they've grown even overnight because they were below the light. yesterday. And now, many of them are above the light. So, if I were going to be leaving them in here, I would raise the lights, of course, but I'm not going to be leaving them in here. Within a week, I want to have these peas planted out in the garden in their buckets. So that means they need to get hardened off. These are the peas that I removed from the house, the seedlings. And actually, this is the next day. This is day 10. So they've been out here overnight. They're sitting on a table with a canopy. Normally with hardening things off, they'll tell you to do it very slowly, 1 hour at a time, that sort of thing. Honestly, I don't have a lot of time to do all that kind of stuff, but I do it with certain types, but not with these fall crops. So I brought these out here yesterday morning, set them on the table, made sure they got shade all day, and they have actually shot up overnight. So it is day 2. We have a little bit of filtered sun. What I'm going to do now is lower the umbrella so that these peas will begin to get a little bit of sun. And I will leave it that way for an hour, hour and a half, and then raise it right back up. Okay, well, got the umbrella lowered, and these peas are going to get a little bit of filtered, shady sun back and forth for a little bit of time, and then I will raise the umbrella again to protect it from too much sun, and also because we have rain coming more than likely. So I hope this was helpful to you. Stay tuned because I've got a winner for you. We're actually going to show you how we built our reclamation box. Bye. And remember, have a good one.